This podcast is powered by the pros at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPaschal.com.
Coach Pittman, Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. I want to ask you about a Tulsa area guy, Luke Haas. I want to ask you about, I know the body work's only 5 games, but how much has he really impacted the Arkansas program? And a secondary question, just the Northeast Oklahoma area, how fertile recruiting area can that be for the Arkansas program?
Did you ask about Luke Haas?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, wish he wouldn't have got hurt. He's doing great. Obviously, his brother's on the team as well. Great kids, great family. Big win for us, you know. Me being from Grove means something to me if we can get some Oklahoma kids. Certainly Oklahoma's doing a good job of recruiting Arkansas kids. So, that Tulsa area is so close to us, you know, it's close, hour and 45 minutes probably, that we'd love to get a few more guys out of there.
Front row on the left.
Hey, Coach. AP Stedham, AP and Kelly, as I say, at syndicated radio. Coach, you gave me a great quote about the TP and the NIL last year. I'll never forget. But I wanted to ask you about your close games last year. Are they correctable? And then what led you to what drew you to the Boise State quarterback to have him come to Arkansas?
Yeah, they're correctable. Got to do a little bit better job coaching. We've got to be a little more aggressive defensively in those times. We've got to be a little more aggressive offensively in those times. But yes, I mean, I think we went 9-4 and we won most of those games, and then this year 4-8, and you lose 5 of them. You know, it's close, and you're at Alabama, and you're at LSU, and you're losing by 3, and yes, it's correctable. Taylor Green, Bobby and I looked about 5 quarterbacks, and Bobby was the first offer of Taylor Green out of high school at Missouri State, and we knew he wanted, you know, there's a possibility he wanted to come back to Texas or come back home. And so sat down there and said, that's the one I want. What you think, Bobby? That's the one I want. I said, okay, let's go get him. Whoever you decide, but we're on the same page here. And then Bobby went out and got him. And, man, he's a leadingist, culture, hard-working. I mean, he's something special in that, and obviously, if you saw the spring game, he can throw, and we haven't seen how he can run yet, but he can.
Front row on the right.
Hey, Sam. Jenny Carlson with Beyond the Box Score in Oklahoma City. You've talked before about growing up a Sooner fan. I'm wondering if you can rewind a little bit on your memories of growing up watching the Sooners as a kid in Grove, and then just what it's like for you to have that history as a fan and now see them in the SEC, just how that wraps in your brain.
You know, I went to Oklahoma football camp too. They didn't know I was there, but I was. Red team, white team, aqua velvet team. That was me. We didn't even have a coach. I was coaching the team. I'm not bragging on myself, but we were Sooner fans, and I moved out to Grove my junior year in high school and went to the Arkansas camp. Same treatment, by the way, and but I fell in love with the Hogs. I did, and they were really good. You know, they just beaten Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl, and really good, and they recruited me a little. Oklahoma was 0, and they talked to me or whatever. And so I think that's why I liked them a little bit more. And then to see them, you know, when I was 35 years old, I was hired as offensive line coach at the University of Oklahoma, and it was one of the biggest thrills of my life. I'm the O-line coach at Oklahoma. You know, when there's thrills in your life is when there's thrills for your parents that something happened as well, correct? And that was one of those moments, you know, for my mom and dad as well as my brother and my 3 sisters. But have high respect for Oklahoma. We don't play them for 3 seasons. But OU's OU, and I have a lot of respect for that program.
Left side front row, and then pass it to your right.
Okay, Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports. Sam, first of all, how's remodeling going in Hot Springs? And second of all, what does it say about your lack of ego that you would hire Bobby, now a beloved former Arkansas coach? I know you guys have a relationship, but yeah.
I owe winning to the state of Arkansas more than what my feelings or how this will affect me. First of all, if you have an ego, all you do is think about yourself. If you don't, you think about others. I can't stand people that have high egos. But I thought Bobby would be the way that we could win games, and that was the number one decision. And it was for the kids and for the state of Arkansas. And so that part of it was easy. We got a new pool house, and I got some floors done, and it looks bad to the bone, baby.
Second row on the aisle.
Chris Hummer, 24/7 Sports. Just 2 years ago at this event, you're coming off a 9-4 season, and we're one of the most popular coaches in the country. Now,
Well, I'm popular now,
Yeah.
just the wrong way.
Well, I was going to say, fair or not.
I'm hot.
I was wondering, fair or not, like you are popping up on those lists. How do you think about the way
I'm
narrative?
like start of the list.
How do you think about the way narratives can shift in this sport in such a short amount of
Yeah,
time?
isn't it crazy? 2 years ago, I was I was keynote speaker at AFCA and was one of the top 6 guys for the Coach of the Year award. Isn't it crazy? So I want to be that guy and not this one that was out there last year. I think we can be. Listen, what's fair is fair. I mean, if you're going to get patted on the back, you're going to get punched in the gut. And what's fair is fair. And to be honest with you, the only one that can really control the hot seat is me and what we do with our football team. And it's never been about me, so I'm really not concerned about it. I'm concerned about the state, the players, and our staff. And we got a good football team. Thanks for the question, though.
On the in front row.
Hey, Coach. Jacques Doucet, WAFB in Baton Rouge. You talked about the need to finish the close games. The LSU game has been a field goal game every year.
4 years, 3 points.
Yeah, and the last 2 didn't go your way. So can you just talk about that series? And
Yeah, I think you go back and you look at it with your staff and you go, okay, at this point, well, I know we don't want to give up a big one. We're dying a slow death. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's attack. Let's do whatever that may be. Or, hey, look, man, let's play action on first down. Let's see if we can't get a chunk here instead of grinding it out. I have been probably the biggest negative about it is me because I'm wanting to score with no time left on the clock. You know what I mean? I'm wanting to take it down and do all this stuff. I think it's more important to get the lead than it is to, or tie the game than it is to how much time is left on the clock. So we've changed a little bit about that. LSU and us is a rivalry, so it's going to be, I think, probably more for us than it is for them. But it has been a 3-point game. Unfortunately, we've only won one of those 4 meetings since I've been the head coach. But we're looking forward to playing them. I believe it's a night game this year as well. But high respect for the program. But I believe it'll be another close game. We got to figure out how to win it.
Left side, third row.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and College Station. Coach, another game that's been close in recent past has been A&M. Have you enjoyed that being that kind of neutral site game?
No.
Are you looking forward to moving it to the campuses?
I don't want to play there. I don't. And A&M, obviously, let's say what it is. It is what it is, okay? So we've been playing down there, and how many have we won? How many have they won? What have we won? 2? And they've won. Out of the last 10, we've won 1, right? And So why would you want to keep going on a neutral site? Wouldn't you want them in, bring them home into our stadium, So, it's like when I was at Georgia, we were playing Georgia, Florida, and Jacksonville. Well, we were winning. Well, why would we want to go play in the swamp? So, I think this is the last year of it, correct? And A&M got a really good team. We've had some really good games down there. Unfortunately, with them too, we've won one, lost three. So we'll see what happens this year.
On the aisle, on the right.
Coach Pittman, Corey LeBounty, WNSP 105.5 in Mobile, Alabama. Entering your 5th season, you've had some ups and downs, but as far as consistency is concerned, what do you feel you and your staff have to do to maintain that consistency in order for us media members to get more clips of "I like a cold beer" afterwards?
Man, I'm trying to get my mind off that cold beer, We got to do a better job of recruiting. And with that comes a whole lot of NIL, comes a whole lot of collective. There's a lot of conversation there. We got to do a better job of handling the offensive line. And that's my baby, and I've let it down. We have everything there is for us to have success. And so I like this team. I think we're going to have a lot of old cold beer talks. But we've got to do a better job of recruiting. I do think we coach well. I think we communicate with our kids well. But we've got to do a better job of that, and then I've got to make better decisions on some of this 4th and 1 and things of that nature. I think that'll help us if I do.
Left side, back row.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. Coach, 2 years ago, you win at Jordan-Hare Stadium. That's Brian Harson's last game as Auburn head coach. A year later, Auburn goes up to Fayetteville, returns the favor with a big win there. You go to Auburn, first conference game this year.
Right.
How important is that one? How pivotal is that to set the tone for the season?
I think it's going to be big. I think every game, you know how that is. I think every game's big. Going to Auburn, especially, we didn't play well. They played extremely well. We laid an egg. We got a butt kick after we went to Florida, and won. But they were much better. They had a good team that day. It was a phenomenal team. So I think there's a lot of importance to everybody to open that SEC opener up with a win, and certainly that's going to be a big game. And it's hard to play in Jordan-Hare. I mean, it's hard to play up there.
Wish we had more time. We have one final question on the right, 4th row.
Yeah, Coach, Evan Camico, Pig Trail Nation. Walking around this morning and seeing Texas and Oklahoma and all of the logos up, is it surreal? Has it set in that they're officially a part of the SEC?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while. And so, I'm excited they're coming in. I mean, it's not going to be any more difficult on us. I mean, we've been in the West we've been playing to everybody in America, every year. And then, so this format has allowed us to play different people, play some guys on the East that we haven't played. This will be my 5th year, and then it'll be 6th year. So it'll be 7 years before we would have played Kentucky or Vanderbilt. And we, played Georgia a couple times, Florida a couple times. But my point being is that you shouldn't go 7 years and not play somebody in your conference. And we haven't played Vandy or Coach Stoops' wonderful team there at Kentucky. We haven't played them. It wouldn't have been 7 years. So I like the new format. Obviously, you're going to play Oklahoma, Texas, and they got good teams, but I like the new format.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.